Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine. First and last name, spell them both, and your title.
Michael Fealey, Michael Fealey, Senior Women's Head Coach.
Tell me about that trophy behind you.
Don't really know what to say, to be honest. It represents a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of disappointment on the way. Like Mark said, we've had some tough losses before I joined, before I took over. But I personally hate losing. But as long as you learn from it on the way, it's okay. I think we're able to do that, and really, it represents that we were able to heal as a group, and that we were finally able to come together and put our differences aside and just play for each other for 80 minutes. I said all along, all season, and talking to Brent and the press releases and stuff like that, that we had that 80 minutes in us. We had a lot of ups and downs over the season, but also the weekend, and obviously what happened with Atlanta. But, we moved past it, we learned from our mistakes, and we finally came together and put it all in place for 80 minutes. It wasn't perfect, but it didn't need to be. It didn't have to be. It's perfect in its imperfection, I suppose. It means a lot to me and to the players. It's special. There's a lot of people out there that they want one of those medals. They want that trophy, and it's a privilege to be a part of the group, and it's an honour to be able to say we're number one.
Shit, man, you're done. That was really good. I don't know what the hell I can edit out of that. That was really good. That's, I don't even know what to say. So let's concentrate on a couple specifics here. Walk me through the preparation that brought you to the tournament.
The last 2 weeks of practice were, again, up and down. Like we had a really good session one day, we had a meltdown on the Thursday. It was all over the place, and people were getting anxious, and the players were starting to put more pressure on themselves. And so the last week into practice was all about taking the pressure off, about enjoying ourselves and trying to go through our patterns and some of our plays and where we want to play the game and how we want to attack in certain areas of the field. But rather than play like set patterns and really make it structured in that sense, we were aware that we wanted to make it enjoyable as well. So we just played conditioned touch, a couple different versions that focused on playing tight around the breakdown or moving the ball wide or offloading. And it's something that we've done all season, and we talk a lot about, or I personally talk a lot about it, and Jack, the assistant coach, that it's about ball skills, it's about decision making, it's about playing smart and playing in the right areas, and we really did concentrate on that. But really try to take the pressure off and just say, hey, relax. We're a good team, we've got good players. Trust yourselves, trust each other. The rugby's there.
Now take me up to the tournament, the games leading up to the championship game.
Yeah, we had a good team meeting on the Friday morning. The group were fairly tight knit. They came together better than we had done all season. We just didn't pack the rugby. We forgot to bring it with us to the stadium. Credit to Atlanta, they outplayed us. I think part of it may be that they knew it was their cup final because of playing the ineligible player. So that kind of motivation, it helps when you know there's nothing left and you've just got 80 minutes to give your all. It simplifies things. It helps you put it on the line, and they did that. And we made a lot of unforced errors, but we also made a lot of forced errors because they outplayed us and out-hustled us in certain areas of the field. And we learned from that going into Sunday. We didn't know before the game. I was told after kickoff that they'd forfeited, but they were looking to appeal. We didn't know what was going to happen. I personally had a bad game in terms of substitution and how to manage the game from the sideline and how to talk to the players and stuff like that. And so I learned from that for Sunday. I thought I did a better job of making the right changes at the right time, but also the players. They knew that, hey, it's a second chance. Not everyone gets a second chance, and it's now or never. We've just got to do it, and that's the end of it. And they did.
Now take me through the championship game.
Oh, wow. I've been involved in women's rugby for a long time. My last game in charge with the women's team in Canada that I coached, we lost, and we lost by a kick. So I really do feel for the Amazons, in particular their kicker. Like, it's a rough place to be, and it's a tough position. But hey, she had the guts, she had the courage to stand up and say, "I'm going to go for it." It didn't work out, and my advice to her would be, you can come back from this, you can be stronger for it, and just keep looking forward and keep practicing, and you'll get the next one. For us, again, it was about putting it together for 80 minutes. We finally we packed the rugby and finally played together for each other. I was talking to some of the players earlier in the week, and one of the girls yesterday, and I've got a lot of friends and I know a lot of older players that have retired from rugby, and there's funny stories and tall tales and things like that, but there's two things that they remember more than anything, and that's their first game and their last game. I feel very privileged to be a part of that, and for some of those girls like Hannah and Kit in particular, like, she's been to World Cups, she's played sevens, she's done this, she's got X amount of caps. Whatever happens and whatever our differences were over the season, like, she'll always look back fondly, and I'll hold a special place in her heart, as will the rest of her teammates. You can't take that away from her, and you can't take it away from each other. Like, that bond. That's what it's about. It didn't matter about the result, really. It was about finding each other and ourselves, and we did that. It's special.
So what's it like coming back home?
Freezing. It was nice and warm in Atlanta. Apart from that, it's surreal. It still really hasn't sunk in. I said, like, it's humbling to think about the number of teams and the number of women's teams or high school programs, college programs, even club sides. Like, we take it for granted that we're in the top division. We have to be very aware and very humbled by the fact that this is special. For a year at least, we can say, hey, we are the best team in the country, and that's no small thing. It's not a small achievement. But I don't think we should approach it with a sense of entitlement or like, damn right, yeah, we deserved it. Yeah, we do deserve it, but there's a lot of things that have gone on along the way to be able to give us that opportunity to say that. The hard work, the tough losses, like I said before, that we have an opportunity that very few people have, and a lot of people work very hard to try and achieve, and they never get that chance. And so for me, like, it's definitely a privilege. I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that what we did actually happened. I think at some point I'm probably going to wake up in the hotel and it's Sunday morning and we've got to go and play the game, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah. A few people actually, I went to the social, myself and Laura, the captain, asked us, were asked to stay for the league meeting. And so we stayed and we went to the team social. And I spent a lot of time with the other coaches and with the other players from all the other clubs, particularly the Surfers. I know a few girls from their team and stuff like that. But they were asking us, like, what did you do? What did you talk about? You did your homework with the Amazons and stuff like that. We didn't actually watch a single piece of game tape from the Berkeley game. We watched the first hour or so, but then we had to go and prepare for our semi-final. We didn't talk about what they were going to do and what they could do. We just spoke about what we were capable of, that if we finally put it together, we could play some good rugby and we could compete, and to trust our defence, to trust our decision making, to trust each other. And like, the meeting we had on the Sunday morning was just the most remarkable coming together of people to make themselves vulnerable, but to say it's okay because my friends are here, my teammates are here. One of the sayings that sort of emerged over the last couple of weeks, and it's "I got you," and they really actually bought into that, and that's more special. Like, it doesn't matter about the result; it's about the people that you're there with, and that I challenge anyone to say that it's not about team spirit or togetherness and stuff like that. Joe Anderson, as a basketball coach, I think in college, this is like, you can't truly coach someone unless you love them. I certainly tried to put that across to our girls, and that they had to try and come together that way. And I think you saw the result of that in the end, that they finally believed it.